Hi, how's everybody doing today? Uh, Clint, the photographer guy today. I was just going to show you what I've been working on for pictures. Christmas season is upon us here, and so I thought I would frame up some prints. I had a request for a couple pictures of mine, and he wanted to match them in the same mat for one he bought from me last year, but I didn't have them printed. Unfortunately, when I go to check pricing on the mats are like triple the price. So to match them, I had to buy a whole bunch of quantity. So I got way more um, than I normally would have, but so I thought, hey, maybe I'll just get these all matted up for the holiday season here and try to get some sold. So here's what I got. I'm doing 12 by 18s, and this is Fuji Crystal Archive Maxima paper. The color ones I've done in the gloss, and the black and whites I did in a matte finish, just because I thought that would suit the color or black and white thing. Obviously, this isn't a matte finish in the plastic. This is just a protective plastic over them for selling. When you frame them, when you put them in a frame, you take them out of the plastic, of course. But this is a 12 by 18 double matted with a conservation grade mat board. So this is good stuff. And I'm doing them on a foam core backing. And all acid-free, archival. This is a new fine art paper that just came out, I want to say last year, from Fuji. They say it's even more archival than their Fuji Flex, or the Fuji Crystal Archive Flex, that super gloss, shiny, super shiny stuff. It's got really nice vivid color. I do like this paper. And then I did the Fuji Crystal Archive matte for the black and whites, and they came out pretty good, I think. Of course, you're seeing the reflection of me and the ceiling light there. But I'm selling these for $100. So if you're in the Cleveland area and you want to pick up a nice gift for Christmas for somebody, $100 will do it. Just let me know which one you like, and I will bring it into Xtend, and you can pick it up there at Xtend Technologies. Anyway, here's Brandywine Falls, because I'm not shipping these for that price. I can't. I don't have shipping materials, and it would just be a big pain in the butt. I'm already. They already cost me kind of a small fortune to produce these. So here we've got the Guardians of Transportation. That one took forever to get. This was from my New York trip, the Empire State Building there, and Manhattan, Freedom Tower in the distance, right at sunset. Cleveland from Edgewater. We've got a nice big glare on this one. A snowstorm came in, and they shut down the airports. So I was like, oh man, I want to see Central Park today. And then I thought, actually, that might be the perfect time to go see Central Park. So we did. Walked the whole park, and then I got this, the Poets Walk. This is a very famous walk. You see this in a whole bunch of movies, too, and TV shows and everything. I signed my mats on the left-hand side. I know the traditional way to do it is the right-hand side, but I'm left-handed, and that would make me reach my hand over the print and right there. So I changed that this time. I'm doing left side because it's my show, and I can do what I want. This one here is actually 5 shots, 5 vertical shots in a stitched super resolution panorama. So that one's like over 100 megapixel shot, essentially. You really can't tell much of a difference at 12 by 18, but these branches on the trees here are sharp. They're very sharp. So there's a little difference. Of course, big sizes, there'll be a bigger difference. Here we've got Cleveland from Battery Park. I was on a rooftop for this one, shooting with my 105 macro lens. I also did a 5-shot panorama of this one, and this is just the middle shot of it. But I have a really wide pano of that, with that in the center. I've got some metal prints here. These are metals moisture resistant and durable. You can clean it with Windex if you want, they say, and it won't damage the print. These are 20 by 30s. These I sell for about $2.75, just because the freight's pretty expensive to get them, and they're a bigger print. But what you spend on the metal print, you save on the framing, because there's no framing needed. They have an aluminum frame on the back, and then they just float mount on the wall. They're nice and rigid. They're not super thick, so you can't like run into them and bend them or anything, because they will bend, but otherwise durable. This shot here, this is the guardian of transportation again. I've been down to this spot many times, and usually it's just hazy gray or just white skies, you know, those kind of days. And bunch of times. So I got there this time and I finally had some white and blue sky. So a little more drama in the sky. And this is 5 minutes before sunset. So the warm light's hitting those sandstone towers, the guardians, from the side. 5 minutes later, this was all in shadow. So very proud of that picture. That's with my sharpest prime at the time, which was an 85mm f1.4, and I shot it at f8, so it was at its sharpest aperture with a polarizer, so I could get that sky, that nice deep blue. So that one's sharp. That one will print really big. Here I've got this is a Cleveland romance, I call it. It's just the romantic view of Cleveland from a distance, shot through the trees there. That one and that one are my favorite two shots, I think, that I've taken. Just because I like the mood here. Just like movies. I like movies with a mood. You know, hard to explain. Like, what's that movie? 2049? Forget the name. Blade Runner. 2049. There's a mood throughout the whole film, and it's pretty cool. It gives you kind of the feeling of a place. Hard to describe, other than just like the snapshot postcard view, you know. This one I like the reflection in the water, because I've been down here probably the most times, and that water, this is a river, and it's moving. And depending on what the wind's like that day or how many boats are going through, the reflection can be all different kinds of ripples. Sometimes you don't see the reflection at all. So this night was probably the best reflection I've seen. Anyway, I also do, I was like, well, maybe they don't have as big of a space to fill, and they want something smaller. So I did these 5x7s in 8x10 mats with archival backing, you know, acid-free, basically mat board on the back. But I'm doing these in a cream color, just kind of an off-white. I'm testing it because I may do my big fine art prints, I may do those in a cream matte too. I think it's classy. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Clean white, that's just bright white, ultra white, or the cream matte. The thing with pictures that have white in them, then the white is whiter than the matte. So I don't know if that clashes or if it makes the print look better. But that's my favorite orchid print. I actually got a big one of that, and they printed it bad, so they credited me for it, but I don't have the one for my wall. I got a big on fine art Beretta paper, but got a whole bunch of these. There's a really cool waterfall double-decker falls. South Chagrin Reservation. I have a big one of that too. If you're looking for that one. Orchids. These orchids, this is straight out of camera. I did zero editing whatsoever. These orchids, if you ever try flower photography, you'll know that flowers aren't perfect. Once you get up close to them, you know, they'll have little bug holes, or they'll have brown edges, or there'll be something on the flower. There'll be some dust or like chunks of pollen or something. But these orchids were perfect. Perfect. I mean, look at them. I photographed these things 3 nights in a row. And this is zero Photoshop, zero adjustment whatsoever. This is straight out of the camera. That's more of like a photo nerd thing than anything. You know, somebody looks at it and goes, oh, flowers. But I look at it and go, that's hard to get. Here's the black and white version of my Guardians. I went back through my raw files, like tens of thousands of raw files, to find this one. And I found it because the original one I started editing, I just edited from the JPEG, and of course there's not as much information there to work with, and I wanted the best result possible. So that one's solid. Nothing ever else needs done with that. Got the Bellagio ceiling, the Chalui flower blossoms, the hand-blown glass. I have that in the big size too. I've got a lot of these. Like the waterfall, or the fountain rather. The Fountain of Eternal Life. I have that one in color on the new Maxima paper. There's the Chalui flower blossoms. I got to get back out to Vegas. That's in Las Vegas. It's like a $3 million ceiling, something like that. That's what they paid for it. Memorial Day in Cleveland. That's, you know, red, white, and blue. Selective color on the terminal tower. What else? There's just a nice sunrise from Edgewater on Lake Erie, or sunset rather. And over here in the corner, probably hard to see, there's a little kid on a boogie board watching the sunset. That one went viral on Flickr. Here is the looking down Fifth Avenue in Manhattan from the Empire State Building. So all those orange tail lights, that's a Fifth Avenue is a one-way street. So all you see is tail lights going all the way to the Freedom Tower there at the end. I'm surprised that one came out as good as it did. I was hand holding. They don't let you bring tripods up there, and hand holding at night, that's a tough situation. There's a sunrise in black and white in Cleveland. But anyway, just thought I'd show you those. And I also have this acrylics. It's got like a 1/4 inch thick of acrylic over them. These are super glossy. And then they have a aluminum sandwich. It's like a honeycomb sandwiched by aluminum on both sides. And then the print is Fujiflex Chromira. It's printed on a Chromira. Fuji Crystal Archive Super Gloss. And then they bond acrylic to the front, aluminum to the back. They're heavy, and they give you a frame so you can hang them. These ones need custom crates to ship, so ordering one is not cost effective. You have to order like 3 of them because 3 of them fit in a crate, and they charge you like $150 to make this crate to ship them in, and then plus the shipping costs. So I ordered a few of those, but I have this one for sale, and I would let this one go at my cost, which is $300, just so I can print some new content. So anyway, that's what I got going on. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.